Prince Harry's ghostwriter has revealed how he wrote the memoir Spare. The author who helped write the Spare memoir has revealed details of the creative process during the planning and writing stages with Prince Harry. The writing, he said, ranged from calls at 2 a.m., heated debates, kind gestures from Meghan Markle, and meetings with the royal inner circle. J.R. Meghan, the best-selling ghostwriter, spent countless hours with the Duke helping to get his memoir published, and through them he gained a new perspective that he said was very different from the tabloids. Meghan said that work on the memoir had progressed steadily until the press got wind of it, and in a series of revealing notes the author detailed what it was like to be associated with the royal family and the initial strange encounter. The scandal, which resulted in Harry's cheeks turning red and eyes narrowing. The Duke of Sussex's ghostwriter has revealed how the spat with the prince made him feel irritated. J.R. Meghan said the pair entered into a bitter debate in the summer of 2022, 2 years after the start of his role as ghostwriter on Spare. They were reviewing Prince Harry's latest edits at the 2 a.m. Zoom night session when they reached a difficult section of the book. "My head was pounding, my jaw was clenched, and I started raising my voice," he told The New Yorker. "And yet some part of me was still able to get beyond the situation and think, this is so weird. I'm shouting at Prince Harry. Then when Harry started to reciprocate me, when his cheeks turned red and his eyes narrowed, there was a more pressing thought. Wow, this could all end right here. It's about when Prince Harry is captured by supposed terrorists at the end of a period of military exercises." The writer explained that the capture was a simulation, but he described how the torture used in the scenario seemed very real to Prince Harry. He described how the Duke was reportedly dragged into an underground bunker where he was physically, mentally and emotionally beaten by his imaginary captors. The royal family's tearful reaction to Spare. J.R. Meghan admitted it was like Taylor Swift's story of a bad breakup after Harry's book hit shop shelves in January this year. It was like singing Hallelujah to Leonard Cohen. Harry was all heart, according to the author. After what has been a long and emotional time together, the couple celebrated by raising a glass together to Harry with tears in their eyes, thanking his publishing team and editor. He mentioned my advice to trust the book and said he was glad he did because it was incredible to know the truth, to feel. His voice trembled, free. There were tears in his eyes. So did I. TK Maxx refers to Charles in an attempt to discredit. J.R. Meghan said he carefully fact-checked each story before his book was published in January this year. But he was stunned when one chapter of his book, Prince Harry's revelation that he looked forward to annual sales at TK Maxx, a discount clothing chain, was brought up for discussion. The author thought it was a perfectly accurate story until the shop responded to the claims and said it never has a sale, just a big saving all the time. He wrote in The New Yorker. Monarchists at TK Maxx Corporate, who rushed to issue a statement saying that TK Maxx never has sales, just big savings all the time. Oh man. Gotcha. Prince George Santos. Except that people around the world immediately posted screenshots of TK Maxx promoting sales on their official Twitter account. The author hinted that the book was trying to be discredited by the clothing chain because of its long-standing ties to King Charles and the Prince's trust. Certainly TK Maxx's efforts to discredit Harry's memoirs were not due to the company's long-standing partnership with Prince Charles and his charitable foundation, he said. Meghan Markle's kindness. Meghan Markle made a kind gesture to Prince Harry's ghostwriter after he admitted he missed his family. J.R. Meghan worked closely with Harry to help write his memoir Spare, and spent hours at Zoom due to COVID-related restrictions. He visited their home once with his wife and once with their children, but also stayed at the guest house alone twice. The Duchess of Sussex knew the author missed his family greatly and tried to cheer him up by making sure he had everything he needed to stay. Harry put me up in his guest house where Meghan and Archie would visit me during their daytime walks, he said. Meghan, knowing I missed my family, constantly brought trays of food and sweets. She also gave his kids some toys after he was away from his family. Prince Harry's belittled intellectual abilities. Prince Harry told the author that all his life, people have belittled his intellectual abilities. During an emotional moment between the pair, Harry no longer spoke to his ghostwriter in Zoom as he struggled to convey his feelings. The writer couldn't get anything out of Harry until he stopped, looked into the camera, and exhaled. Harry calmly explained that all his life people have belittled his intellectual abilities. However, in a bizarre act, the author tried to assure him that the memoir was not about him. "I told him that everything you just said is about you. You want the world to know that you did a good job, that you were clever. But, oddly enough, the memoir is not about you. It's not even the story of your life. It's a story carved out of your life, a particular series of events chosen because they have the greatest resonance for the widest range of people. And at that point in the story, those people don't need to know anything except that your captors said a cruel thing about